before.
I know.
You remember, he used to just take off without a word even. You remember, Charlie?
They've always had trouble.
You know, this one time, Beverly just up and left without even a call. And I told Vi, I said, you pack that bags and you leave them out on the front porch.
Hi, I'm Bimsara. I'm the director and the producer of the play Osage County by Tracy.
And I always liked your father.
I know.
No, I always liked your father. I mean, I introduced Vi and Bev, for God's sake.
You did not introduce them.
The hell I didn't.
You had a date with him and stood him up and sent your sister instead.
Well, that's an introduction. That's what an introduction is.
I just don't think it's accurate to say it.
And he was too old for me anyway. And Violet, shrinking Violet, she couldn't find a man on her own.
No one has ever called her shrinking Violet
You know,
before.
and Charlie and your father always got along so well. They used to go on fishing trips together.
I know. You may be familiar with the play. It's something that has been talked about ever since the film version of it came out in 2013 with a very star-studded cast. But the play is a few years older than that. It came out in 2007 and it won the Pulitzer Prize for the script in 2008, and it also won many awards at the Tony Awards in 2008 for its Broadway production.
So is there any way to tell whether it was an accident or suicide?
There's really no way to tell.
But what do you think happened? I mean, what's your guess?
Suicide. I would guess suicide, but the official cause of death is drowning, and that's the extent of it.
I understand. Hi, my name is Delon and I play Bill Fordham, who is a college professor. He's married to one of the Weston girls, and this whole story is about the Weston family, and the patriarch of the Weston family has gone missing, and the whole family gathers there, you know, to kind of to support their mother, because the father's missing and the mother is all alone and she's distraught. So the whole family gathers, and after many years, a lot of them haven't been home in a very long time. So all the complexities of a family and you know, the little politics and how their relationships have developed over the years, it's very interesting. Bill's relationship with his wife is very interesting as well. They have a daughter together, but they're going through some problems.
I should warn you, the body has been in the water for all of 3 days. And I think you should try to prepare your wife if you can.
Prepare her.
What happens to a body? It's an ugly color and it's very bloated, and fish have eaten the eyes.
Christ. How does someone jump in the water and not swim?
I don't think you do unless you really mean business.
Choose not to swim. It's a very interesting role because I am, married to a very strong woman, but she's thrown into a situation where she's under a lot of pressure. So there's a lot of tension between the two of them. So yeah, I mean, it's a very female-led play, and it's actually quite nice to be in a play like that, because it's very rare to have a play that is, you know, female-led.
So it's a wonderful play, and I'm really, really happy that we have been able to bring it to the Sri Lankan audiences with a star-studded cast of our own. We have Muhammad Adam Ali, Delon Veerasinghe, Ashini Fernando, Tanuja Jayawardena, Dilini Pereira, Shian Jayavira, and so on. A cast of 13 who you are very familiar with, I'm sure, and they're doing an exceptional job bringing these characters to life.
The present, today, here and now, you know. I think I spent so much of my early life thinking about what's to come, you know. Who would I marry, and would he be a lawyer or a football player? Would he be dark dark-haired and broad-shouldered and good-looking. God, I spent so much of my early life thinking that my pillow was my husband.
My name is Tanuja and I play Barbara in Tracy Let's Play Osage County. The script is fantastic. I think perhaps the main reason I wanted to really do this play is because of Barbara. I was thrilled when I got the call and Bims asked if I could take it on because I'd read the script before. It's so well written. Barbara is a fascinating woman. She's strong, she's independent, she's really seen life, and she's at a place when the play starts that things are starting to fall apart for her, things are crumbling a little bit. She's funny, I love that about her. Caustic, funny, hard, a little angry. I'm really enjoying playing Barbara.
I'd ask him what was happening at work and whether he liked the dinner I made for him and where we were going to vacation that winter, you know? And he'd surprise me with tickets to Belize and we'd kiss. I mean, I know that all sounds pathetic now, but it was innocent enough because real life takes over like it always does.
I'm really enjoying it. It's a great experience for me. It's a great cast. I'm very happy to be a part of this cast. And I think the audience will definitely feel an affinity to these characters. These characters are very human, they're very real with all the fallibilities and all the issues that people have. So please come if you're able to.
So when Beverly just up and left, without a note even, I knew my first obligation was to look after my sister, don't you know?
You don't have an obligation to do anything.
I have an obligation to look after my sister.
You're not obliged to get involved in other people's marriages.
Well, not any marriage, but when it comes to my sister, I sure as hell do. You know, Ivy has sisters, she knows what I mean. So I told Vi, I said, you pack that leave them out on the front porch, and then you take all those goddamn books he loves so much, and you have a bonfire in the front yard, and then you throw in all those papers as well.
You don't burn a man's books. His books didn't do anything. His possessions aren't responsible.
Hi, I'm Dilni Pereira. I play the role of Mattie Faye Aiken in Osage County. My role, of course, is the sister of the family matriarch. I'm married to Charlie Aiken and I have a son who we call Little Charlie. Let me tell you something, Charlie Aiken. If you ever get any ideas of just up and taking off, you better believe I'm going to give you 3 days to get your head straight, and then it's all going up in a blaze of glory.
I'm not going anywhere.
If you did.
I'm not.
Just saying, if you did. Not like Charlie has any books lying around. I don't think I've seen Charlie read a book his entire life.
Is that a criticism? Does that bother you?
Well, I haven't. What was the last book you read?
God damn it.
Just tell me the last book you read.
Beverly was a teacher. Teachers read books. I'm in the upholstery business. People in the upholstery business will be...
You can't tell me the last book you read. Osage County is, I think, one of my first forays into very intense drama, and it has been an absolutely amazing experience working with Bimsara for the first time. She's an amazing actress and an amazing directress, and it has been absolutely fantastic. And working with like a superstar cast, I feel really out of my depth, but it's been an absolutely fantastic, dramatic experience for all of us.
This girl is concerned about her daddy's whereabouts. She doesn't need to sit here and listen to us.
I think we're all concerned about Beverly.
Then what the hell are you needling me for?
You know, he came back though, and they worked things out. He'll be back. I know it.
I think this time is different.
I think so too.
Why?
Because back then,
I'm not asking you.
August Osage County is pretty much an award-winning play, and it has also been a movie with an absolutely stellar cast. And I can't wait for local audiences to experience what this dysfunctional family is all about, you know, and we have this joke where we say that we're putting the fun back in dysfunction, and I think audiences will be very excited about seeing kind of themselves on stage in some way, shape or form. I think the fact that you can really, how do I say this, you can see yourself, or you see traits and characteristics of your family on stage, and you might be able to say, oh, that's my aunt, that's my uncle, that's my brother, that's my sister. I think, and then coming from Sri Lanka, we have very close family ties.
Why do you think this time is different?
Because I think back then they were trying.
That's what I was going to say. Your father was a very complicated man.
I know.
Stop saying was.
Well, he is a very complicated man.
But in a kind of quiet way.
Kind of like Charles.
Yes, exactly, like little Charles.
Oh, he's nothing like little Charles.
So she just means in their sort of quiet, complicated ways.
Little Charles isn't complicated, he's just unemployed.
He's an observer.
All he observes is the television.
So you can't even see Ivy's point.
No.
That little Charles and Beverly share some sort of complication.
Oh, honey, you have to be smart to be complicated.
That's our boy. Are you saying our boy isn't smart?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
What's the matter with you? Your cousin is very smart.
It's been fantastic working with Bims and this cast. The cast is friends, completely new people I've met, but it's been a really great experience because we've been able to really sit and talk about the play. And one of the main things about August Osage County is it's about family, it's about relationships. And I think as dark as it is, there's always something that each one of us can somehow relate to in terms of our connections with our parents, our siblings, our friends. So the play is fascinating. It's dark and funny. For me, one of the best things about being an actor is really being able to become someone else. Dig into a different emotion, dig into a different personality, a character, and learn something through that. So I'm really enjoying this play and playing Barbara.
And you can't, and things don't work out the way that you planned, right? Things don't work out the way that you planned. I mean, that pillar was a better husband than any man I'd ever met, you know? This whole parade of men just fails to live up to your expectations. All of them, so much less than Daddy and Bill. You know, I always envied you finding Bill, right? And you tell yourself, you know, it's your fault you can't find a good one. You've just deluded yourself into thinking that they are better than they are.
About the play, it's a full-length play, and it talks about a family and a very dysfunctional family, and they have a lot going on. On the surface, they look like every other family, and I'm sure you would find either families that you have seen, or sometimes even a little bit of your own families or your extended families. The themes and topics and the issues that crop up are everyday things, and I found it very interesting navigating and you know, plowing through the play, that there was a lot of universality in the issues. Whether you perform it in India, whether you perform it in Turkey, whether you perform it in Japan, I think everyone will feel there's a connection. You will find a connection to the play. So that's something that I found very interesting about the play.
Oh, I'm sweating. Are you sweating?
Hell yes, I'm sweating. It's 90 degrees in here.
Just feel my back.
I don't want to feel your back.
Feel my back. Sweat is just dripping down my back. Just feel it.
I believe you.
Oh, just take your hand and just feel.
God damn it. No.
Sweat is just dripping.
Ivy, let me ask you something. When did this start? This business with the shades, taping the shades?
That's been a couple of years now.
My gosh, has it really been that long since we've been here?
Do you know its purpose?
You can't tell if it's night or day.
I think that's the purpose.
Do you know which one of them decided on this?
I can't really see Dad taking the initiative.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think it's healthy.
Hi, I'm Ashini Fernando and I play the role of Violet Weston in August, Osage County. I would say this has been the most daunting role that I have, most daunting and challenging role that I've taken on to date. But it's also been an amazing learning experience. I have a stellar cast of actors who I get to work with. The story itself is something so very interesting and also so very relatable to all of us. He said they checked the hospitals, but no Beverly.
This is the highway patrol.
No, not the highway patrol. The sheriff, the Gilbo boy.
Gilbo. Don't tell me that CJ Gilbo is a sheriff here now.
No, his son Dion. He went to school with the girls. Was he in your class, Ivy?
Barbara's class, I think.
Is that right?
So I encourage all of you to come watch this. I think everybody can take something from this play. It's a beautiful story of family and also of family traumas and what it kind of how we relate to each other and things like that. I think it's a much needed play for the Sri Lankan theatre audiences. So please do come watch my cast and I, and hope you really enjoy the show.
I don't know how well you remember Andrew.
Oh, I remember Andrew.
Yeah, see, this was an example of a man I loved so intensely. And everything he did wrong was just an excuse for me to make things right. So if he called me a cunt or if he cheated on me, I just say, nope, you love him. You love him forever. And here's an example, here's a situation for you to change the way in which you view the world. And I can't tell you when the moment was that I just looked in the mirror and said, okay, moron, and just walked out. But it kicked off this whole period of reflection, you know, this sticky recollection. Where had I gone wrong? What had I done wrong? I mean, years of just punishment and self-loathing and...
Hi, I'm Mohammad Adamali. I play the role of Beverly Weston in the play August, Osage County. The character is of the patriarch in the family. It's a very brief role, but it sets the foundation or sets the stage, if one were to use the pun, for what is to follow in terms of an extremely powerful, extremely relevant family drama where each of the characters has their conflicts, their secrets. The family itself seems normal on the face of it, but has its deep-rooted dysfunctionality. And these aspects of the family come out in a reunion, if you call it that, of the family once Beverly Preston has left this world. Questions arise also of his life and what might have even led him to depart the world prematurely.
That's when I got into all those books and discussion groups.
And Scientology?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I threw it all out one day and I thought, you know, it's me. It's just me, you know, with my music on the stereo and my glass of wine and Bloom as my cat, and I don't need anything else in this world to live. I can live my life with myself.
So this is what the play is about without giving away too much. I'm sure many people are already familiar with it, considering that there was a screenplay version and a major feature film, multiple award-winning feature film really, of the same script. The play itself has been talked about and performed all over the world. It's been a script of study, and it's wonderful that we're doing this play here in Sri Lanka at an appropriate time. It's a great look inwards into family dynamic, and I would recommend it strongly. It has an extremely powerful cast, and the roles are well casted. Rehearsals are going exceedingly well, and I would encourage everyone to make an evening of the theatre and see some real meaty drama after a long time in this country. So welcome to August, Osage County, and we hope to see you there at the Lionel Went.
And that's when I met Steve. Oh my God. I guess it just happens when you're not looking for it, right? You know, just suddenly turn around and there it is, you know. I mean, when I was making out with my pillow, I never imagined Steve. But here he is, you know, this kind of Chamber of Commerce, country club kind of guy, 10 years older than me, but he's such a thinker. And
secondly, my reason to work with this play is because I want, having worked in the theatre for a long time, I've been active in professional theatre for about 15 years now. Having done that, I felt we really have a shortage of plays that are working with contemporary classics. We all know our Tennessee Williams, we all know our Arthur Millers, but people like Tracy Letts, Sam Shepard, I think their work, they are contemporary living authors whose work I think is time that we explored and we saw, especially the masses of the country. So that's the second reason that I wanted to work with.
I think men on the whole are much better than that than women do. You just doing, just like jumping up and doing it. Right or wrong, we'll figure out what that all means later. And the best thing for me, you know, the best thing about him for me now is that all I can think about is now, you know, my life, my focus, my world is, it's now.
So the number to call for tickets is 0772 838 478. Once again, 0772 838 478, and you can book your tickets. The box plan will be shared with you, and you can book your tickets, and when you walk into the theatre you can collect the ticket and watch the show. On the 22nd, 24th and 25th of February at 7 p.m. we are at the Lionel Went with August Osage County by Tracy Letts, directed and produced by Bimsara Premaratna.